Wow. So,
how's it going?
I was listening to our podcast today.
Yay! Get the downloads.
And,
get the listens.
And, Breakfast Club just made me crack up, and it's so, I don't think people, it sounds so egotistical to re-listen to them, but it's like having a conversation where you laugh in the same moments again.
Yeah, especially us.
and I'm going to call out, I know, especially us, and I'm going to call out,
oh boy,
because he called me this week, and I think he called you, is our cousin David.
Oh yeah! I spoke with him, and you spoke with him, and we spoke with him.
Yes, and I told him this concept of, isn't it funny to keep listening because you laugh at the same spots? And he confirmed and said that he sent it to every single person he's ever known. That is our Die Hard episode, folks.
I was going to say, listeners, that's our cousin Dave, who was on Die Hard, and he was like, I gotta do another one, Katie. And I was like, oh God, we'll get you on there, don't worry.
I said, add to the list, submit.
Yeah, give a submission.
Don't think you're gonna get family privileges. No, I'm kidding. Of course you are. Okay, we love you, Dave.
Love you, Dave.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, sisters who've seen it.
Hello, dude!
What up, bruh?
Kwantsu, dude!
Kwantsu, dude!
It sounds like monsoon, dude, but it's Kwan. Sue, dude. Like swan.
What are we saying?
I have no idea.
Who are we? What are we talking about?
Oh my God, yes. All right, we're gonna surf.
What?
We're gonna surf right into these intros. Let me get my oars out. We're gonna need to talk about that because I have so many questions about that.
Wow.
All right, listeners. So we are the Sisters Who've Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Bridget.
And a ba 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 baran.
Ooh.
Ba 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 ba
Take my hand.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I just want to say about that scene.
Wait, did we say the movie yet?
Oh, sorry. Oh God. Okay. I guess that's also important. Movie this week is Surf Ninjas from 1993, which is the best year
for movies. Why are you laughing?
It's just so out of sync. Okay, Surf Ninjas. If you haven't seen it, I'm just gonna talk about it right this moment. There is a scene where they sing ba 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 ba, and it's like at a school assembly. And Bridge, do you know what I thought of? It was the Goofy movie, and I was like, "This is Goofy movie level assembly performance," and I don't believe there weren't rehearsals for this. Wow. Okay.
When did the Goofy movie came out in 95? So we all know you stole it from Surf Ninja. Kevin Lima.
We're on to you.
We know you listen. Question mark.
Question mark. Who?
It's you.
Me? Oh, it's me.
Do you want me to kick you off?
I really do.
An action/comedy, as you say, centering around two California dudes who, upon discovering they are the long-lost sons of a mysterious island king, embark on the adventure of their lives.
Island king? What? It feels racist.
Patusan.
Okay. Ooh, Patusan? Like those bathrooms? Oh my God.
Oh my God. The quotes.
I do feel like we need to just reference this too. I know we talked about it in our last episode a little bit, but this movie, listeners, for whatever reason, was really popular in our family. I mean,
so popular.
I had to watch this movie like billions of times.
I knew lines. Like,
yeah,
my memory.
I did too.
It was like an old song.
They came back to me. Yeah.
But don't stall, Kate. We know it's time to do that synopsis.
Here
Get
we
in
go.
there.
Okay. All right. I think I can make this quick. quick for me, which may not be quick for everyone else, but okay. Well, listeners, as Bridget mentioned, we have some surfer dudes. They're not yet ninjas, but they will be maybe one day.
Okay.
So they're brothers. Older brother is Johnny. I don't know if this is correct. I had that he was 16. Was he older? I know that's not important. I just like to clarify.
He was 15 turning 16, but he definitely was like an old man in real life.
24. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Johnny's the older brother, and then his younger brother, Adam, is, I want to say, like 12.
Like, I think he said 11, yeah.
They're the best of friends, and I don't know if that's realistic for those ages, but sure, we're gonna go with it.
Why not?
So they like surfing. They live in Los Angeles. It's like 90s surfer. What up, dude? Hang 10, blah. Okay. They also have a friend, and I guess he's friends with both of them, who is Rob Schneider, who is Iggy.
I just called him Rob Schneider the whole time.
I mean, it was Rob Schneider, and what's extra funny is I went to high school with a person who will remain nameless, but people who are my friends might know who this is, who I think kind of looked like Iggy, mainly because of the hair color and the haircut.
Oof, it was orange.
It was rough. Anywho, so Iggy's there, and he's their bud, and whatever. So, they're just, like, living life, and they're kind of like, whatever, it's all about the waves, man, and, like, I don't know. We don't really get much of that, because right away we get fucking ninjas! Because it's surf ninjas. And we start to see these ninjas are trying to, like, kill them, but it's like they keep getting thwarted by this other guy who... Okay, I need to look this up because I wrote his name was... First I wrote Stacks, then I wrote Snacks, then I wrote Zach, and none of those are right.
Zatch.
Like a
Z?
patch with a
like
Z?
Patch with a Z.
Okay,
Zatch.
that's... just like,
unnecessary, in my opinion.
Okay, so Zatch is there, and he's like their secret ninja protector, but they don't know him, and nobody sees these ninjas, and it's fucking weird. Well, don't worry, because then ninjas attack, and they kidnap their dad, who is a white man. His name is Mac?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And not our father, but Mac.
It's not our father. It's not. No, our dad would never own a fish taco stand. Are you kidding?
I mean, I can't see it happening, but I could see him telling everyone else to do work.
Yeah, well, that possibly. So they get kidnapped, and then this is where Zatch comes in and is like, now I'm your dad, kind of, but not, because you're actually princes, and your real dad's dead.
Wow.
And you're royalty, and we gotta go back to your homeland, which is Patusan.
This is very Queen of Genovia, Princess
I was gonna
of Genovia.
say, it did give Disney princess vibes, like, a lot, where it was like, your destiny, and, like, live up to your potential. Oh my god.
When did Princess Diaries come out?
Oh, definitely. Princess Diaries was like
2001.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay.
I mean, it still could have been inspired by Surf Ninja.
Wow, Surf Ninja's inspired everything.
I love this fan theory. All right, so now it's like a different journey where they're like, yeah. All right, you gotta figure out your destiny bullshit. You both have like kind of secret powers shit. Johnny ends up just being good at karate, even though he literally couldn't do karate. And then one scene later, he's like, now I know karate. And we all just roll with it. Adam has a Game Gear. Y'all, bring it back to the 90s. Did anyone else have a Sega Game Gear? Because we had one.
Kate, Sega funded this film and made a video game called Surf Ninjas that came out before the film.
What?
And I don't even know if you can still play it today, but wow.
Why didn't we own that? I'm upset about it. All we had was like Sonic on there.
That is like someone holding a Coca-Cola throughout an entire movie. And it's a magic Coca-Cola, you know?
Yeah, so the Game Gear gets a lot of screen time, and Adam's power, or destiny, or whatever nonsense, is when he plays his Game Gear, he can kind of predict the future, but also influence fights.
Sure.
Both of those are confusing,
It's
but also
like
true.
Predictive?
Yeah. Yes. That's probably a better way to describe it. So that's that. And then they're like, we gotta go get our dad. He's like on an island. And also you want us to go there anyway. So let's like fucking go there. Also, then they find out there's like a girl who's also underage who they're like, you're gonna marry her. And he's like, cool, she's hot. And then she abandons her family to follow them around. Also, Tone Loc does the same thing because I forgot about Tone Loc.
Because he needs a vacation.
Tone Loc really buys into this ninja shit so quick. I cannot. Yeah, so it's just a little cast characters.
Wait, I was gonna say, you gotta mention the one, the Colonel.
Oh, Leslie Nielsen. Respect, right hand, because he's dead. But yeah, his name is Colonel Chi.
Yes.
And he is a white man. And I did appreciate how he made the white guy the bad guy in the East Asian community, this made-up community.
This is a fake East Asian.
This is not a real place.
People.
Yeah.
Kind of Indonesia-ish. But yeah,
bridge the geography. I mean, they showed a lot of maps, and I was lost the whole time. I was like, "How did we get over here? What ocean am I in? I don't know."
Oh.
Anyway, so long story short, destiny nonsense. They get to Patusan. They rescue Dad. They kill Leslie Nielsen, and then Johnny, who is now the king, even though he's underage, is like, "Whatever, dudes. I don't want it. Deuces." And then they sing Baba Ray.
I thought that was the most beautiful, inspiring politician of all time.
He literally was like, I'm not qualified to run this kingdom, so like, I gotta go.
Bros, I defeated them, and it should be a free country. So, you get the government, you don't need me a monarchy, I'm out. Just put my name on, a stamp.
Yeah.
And my face on money, and I'm like, outie, bye bros. I was like, we could use some of that these days. Wow.
It was a little bit of a Pixar plot in some ways, so.
Hey, I interrupted you a lot, but you powered through. Thank you so much. Wow,
that was the quickest I've ever done a synopsis.
It's incredible. I had a good time watching this. I had a blast.
I did too. Now, where did you watch this? Because
on YouTube.
Oh, me too. Okay,
I couldn't find it streaming anywhere.
It makes me so sad. Why isn't this stream? So this was New Line Cinemas was the production company, and I guess they're not really affiliated with any streaming service.
It
so
at first says it's on Amazon, and Amazon is literally bottom of the barrel. Everything you could ever imagine is on Amazon. And then I got to the title, and I was like, "This is no longer available."
It was like, absolutely not.
It was like,
you're gonna have to surf to Patusan.
They're like, why are you looking up this movie? It's amazing. But, should we get into it? I mean, it's pretty, from the beginning, it's just crazy town.
I'm fucking ready, and Zatch.
Wait, do you want to talk about, the Comic Sans font?
Oh.
And the,
you do love the fonts.
I love the fonts. I just love that somebody is like, how do we make a first impression?
Yeah.
And then they choose Comic Sans in a slanted, Jamaican kind of vibe. It's just so random. And it was like, we're in California. And then you just see the creepy, should we call him Zatch? What are we calling him? Patch Dude?
It's giving me, when we reviewed Saw and we didn't know the guy's name, if it was Zep or Zap or, that's what it's reminding me of. And I just don't know. I wrote Stack, okay?
Okay, it's anything that sounds like that. Did you know that he is Ernie Reyes Sr., the dad of Johnny Ernie Reyes Jr.?
I learned that today, but yeah.
And then did you know that Johnny Ernie Reyes Jr. was Donatello in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
Wait, not the voice?
I think so.
I thought
maybe the karate? I don't know.
I thought Corey Feldman was the voice of Donatello.
I swear he's Donatello, but you're right. Maybe it's not the voice.
Oh, I wonder. Well, he was really good at karate. There was good. Well, mainly him and then his dad, I guess, were good at karate.
Well, and they're famous for that, and I didn't have any appreciation for that when I was a kid, and now that I'm an adult, I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
They so definitely impressive.
The fight scenes. There were not stunt doubles in the fight scenes.
Yeah.
However, I am pretty sure in the surfing scene. scenes, there were some stunt doubles happening, because the very first shot we get of the two brothers is it's supposed to be them surfing, and it's literally like a blue screen, like cardboard background, and you don't see any water, and they're like holding their arms like, what?
Katie, when we make our first movie, I'm afraid the budget we will get will be this quality. It will be you and me on an ironing board pretending to surf.
You don't see the ironing board
and
or
you're
anything
just
below
spraying
our waist.
water. You're spraying a hose at my face.
I'm spritzing you with a little spray bottle. That's literally what this was. And I was like, what the fuck? And then there's like, they show surfing, but you know, they're far away and boy.
This movie's a little misleading because they're like, surf. You're like, that happens maybe twice. And then like ninjas. I'm like, that happens maybe at the end, like more towards the end. Then we ninja at the end.
I thought there were a lot of ninjas.
Well, there was ninjas trying to attack them, but they were not like to combine the surf and the ninja.
Yes.
It's a little misleading.
Yeah, there wasn't like both together.
Could have been like two ninjas, dude. Would have been like, I get it.
Surfing and then later ninja. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the outfits.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, first of all, these matching wetsuits are iconic.
Incredible.
I'm surprised we didn't see it in the Barbie movie. I gotta say.
Incredible.
Neon yellow and black.
Like a lot of wearing Rastafarian clothes as like a white dude.
Oh my god. And like Rob Schneider. I know, Rob Schneider. I was like, what are you?
And then Johnny and his brother wearing like, I mean, there was overalls. There were
Johnny wore overalls for like most of the movie,
and tie-dye shirts and
and backwards like neon cap. Like
what Forever 21 tries to capture for 90s fashion, they should just watch Surf Ninjas.
They're just gonna have like the cardboard cutout of like Johnny, like yeah, and they're like, this is our fashion now.
Oh my god! But yeah, and basically you learn that they're kind of smooth. You know, they're kind of like homework, schmomework, and all right, Dad, whatever. And he's like, "You're smooth, Johnny. You're smooth, but it's not always gonna work out for you." But it does. It does work out for him.
Responsibilities, Johnny, except you don't because you're awesome for no reason and you don't need any training or studying. Yeah, and we meet Rob Schneider right away, and he breaks into their house to cook an omelet.
What's his family situation? I don't...
Okay,
is he like sad? I'm confused.
Wait, the dad literally was like, where are your parents? And he goes, my parents are in the biosphere. What does that mean? I know what that is, but what does it mean? And why did you say that? And like, what is happening?
He first of all, he was another teenager. I think at the time of the filming, he was 28.
Oh my god.
A 16-year-old. He was so good though in this movie. I know some people hate on him. I ate up his jokes.
I thought he was great.
I loved him. So him making a stupid omelet, annoying the dad. It was just
he was like wearing the dad's boxers. The dad's like, "Why are you always wearing my clothes?" And he's like,
that was
these are yours.
And he said, which I wonder if people ever call you this, Kate. He goes, "You know what you need? A professional listener."
Oh. I mean, that is what I do.
Is this Katie?
He could have used that because he's very chatty. He'd be a great candidate for counseling.
Oh my god.
Especially if his parents are absentee in a biosphere. Yeah, so, okay, Secret Ninja. There's a lot of Secret Ninjas, guys. Because right away they're like, deuces, Dad, we're going to school. Oh my god, and this is where they moto surf.
Okay, the music comes on and it's like boom, boom, boom. It's like da 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 da. It's like low, kind of smooth rap. And when they take out the oars on their Jeep.
Fucking oars. Why do you guys have oars in your Jeep at all times? Hello.
But let's talk about the intricate details of moto surfing. You're in a car.
Is there
Where is the surfing part? Is it just that they're standing up?
I thought it was just
the car drive?
I think they were standing, and I don't know how the car was driving because I thought they were standing on their seats. And then I was like, wait, but Rob Schneider's driving, and how long is his leg? Because it's not that long.
It's not that long, and I don't think you use paddles in surfing, so it's really like moto canoeing, and that's not cool, so
Moto just around the river bending, yeah.
Couldn't they though, like, just have stayed up and then Rob Schneider drives all crazy and they have to surf it, like, that would have done it, but it was the paddles.
But don't worry, Bridge, because they have to cut it short because they go, "It's cops!" And then they all sit down and then they pass by a guy who's getting busted for moto surfing by a police officer. I'm sorry. Our taxpayer dollars are going towards abolishing moto surf because there's fucking ninjas in this town. Wake up, people. Oh my god. I cannot.
Oh my god. It's just, it was so funny. And like every 90s classic movie, we cut to a basketball hoop and I was like, is Rocky from Three Ninjas gonna dunk on it?
Fucking wish. He could have helped with the ninjas, honestly, if he was there.
And then, oh my god, but Johnny has a crisis moment because he goes, oh my god, this super famous dude named Baba Ram is coming to our school, and I was supposed to have this speech prepared. And he has a moment where you kind of like him because he's not like totally like, forget it. He was like, oh my god, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I should have been prepared. But then he just on the fly figures out how to handle it. Kate, what does he do?
He recruits choir boys. And I'm again convinced there had to be practice of this because he performs a wonderful choreographed rendition of a ba 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 ran ba 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 and it's just like really amazing. And honestly, the crowd immediately starts clapping, and I was like, absolutely, this is the vibe.
Honestly,
I don't think he's getting graded for this, but it's an A+ all around, or else.
It's an A+, and if you think about the principal being like, I'm gonna choose you, Johnny.
So, yeah.
Super racist
I was gonna
selection there.
Was it racist? Because he makes a comment where he goes, I hope this is a very respectful, like, introduction, like, traditional, you know? And I was like, what does that mean? And then I was like, wait, oh no, it's racist. Damn it.
It kind of feels like, where are you from? No, where are you from?
Or like, he just was like, I don't know, you look like you might be, you know, from a similar place.
Terrible.
Whatever.
But I think he nails it, because he's like, Hababa. I was like, this is amazing.
Iconic.
Then you see the little brother trying to find Spain.
Bridget,
is this you?
I literally was like, this is my actual nightmare, is standing in front of a class and someone being like, point to this country. And I'd be like,
oh my god, Katie. You know how there's like so many TikToks where it's like, let's look how dumb Americans are. They can't even find Spain on a map. And
then it's Surf Ninjas.
Work on it, Kate.
And
we should find Spain for you.
I don't know, Bridge.
Can people help Katie find Spain? Should we just go to Spain? Do you want to go there?
I want to go.
Wow.
I'd love to go to Spain. I still can't find it on a map, though. I guarantee you.
Do we have Spanish listeners? All right, let's keep going.
No.
Sorry.
Well, it's fine, because when he's doing geography, in the background, this was like a fucking Kevin Bacon gymnastics move. A ninja is like gonna come through the window, and Snacks or Stacks or I was gonna say Snatch, and I don't want to say that.
Ew.
I don't want to call him that. That guy, who has an eye patch, I don't know if that matters or if that's rude if we reference that, but he does like 80 cartwheels and then via cartwheel kicks the ninja in the face. And it's just
so
in the
funny.
Background. And I was like, is anybody gonna look to the right? Anybody at all? So are we gonna look?
It's so funny. It's
My
like,
God.
I honestly got kindergarten cop vibes because
it was
so silly, and even like Billy Madison vibes. It was just so silly and ridiculous, but also wildly impressive because he did do a bunch of backflips.
He literally did all those cartwheels. I know.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Now we see like Leslie Nielsen.
Oh my god. And I wrote to myself, I go, oh my god, Leslie Nielsen's in this movie.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
Leslie Nielsen's entire shtick. Okay, let's explain Leslie Nielsen's character.
This fucking phone. I can't.
Yes, it's fucking phone, but he basically takes over Patusan, and as part of taking over and basically creating a genocide and killing the people and then using his army to take over, he gets stepped on by an elephant.
On the face.
On his face. And Kate, then he becomes Two-Face from whatever.
Oh my god, he does!
Slash-
He's a Batman villain.
Slash was a cyborg because all of his limbs are electronic, and at the same time he's also like 70 to 80 years old. And his shtick in the movie is that his phone goes right to like voicemail, but he can't get the call, and I laughed really, really hard.
Also the phone is located in a Saw-esque torture chamber. I'm sorry to reference Saw again. And I was like, what the F is this place? And then I was like, never mind, LOL phone gag. It's funny.
But it was funny.
It was funny.
And he didn't get like enough, I think, time on the movie. Like he could have been used more. But his backstory was so wild and silly and stupid. I'm like, what would they even do with him? You know, like he just was, he's a ridiculous character.
Yeah, because spoiler alert, Leslie Nielsen does no karate in this movie. He always just has like a gun. And I'm like, I don't know if I didn't expect guns in our Surf Ninja. Damn, but okay. It's a lot of guns.
I mean, yeah, and he just, every time he picks up the phone, he's like, they must die.
Yeah. He's like, kill them all.
So then, we go back to California. I guess that's where we are. And we, go surfing, bro. And we learn that Rob Schneider can't surf.
I fucking love that. And I love how the friends just, like, let him sit there as they surf for hours and hours. And then, like, as they're leaving, he runs towards the ocean. And he's like, oh, man, we're done already. And they're like, oh, God, we know you can't surf. Like, what's happening?
How much fun would it be to play this ridiculously annoying character? He just is, like, perfect.
Well, and it was funny, too, because he was basically, like, the butt of a lot of jokes. And he deserved to be. And it was great.
It was great.
And I loved it.
This was also the moment when a ninja was in the water with a spear gun.
Oh, God.
Pointing at Johnny, and he hit the guy with the surfboard. He's like, oh, man, I think I hit a rock or something. But yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of peripheral vision in this movie, guys. But this is where they go. So they go to, it's not their house. Their dad owns some type of like restaurant, taco, something, whatever. So they go there. They're like, hey, Dad, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. And then this is when they run into the ninjas. The ninjas literally break down a window.
Oh, they just tear into glass. Just left and right.
They could have gone through a door, but they dove through a window.
Multiple. The ceiling, the door, it's crazy.
There was I forget what it was called, but there was like a YouTube channel that would calculate the cost of all the damage in movies, and I feel like this would be a good one because there's a lot of damage. There's a lot of like property damage that happens.
Oh yeah.
But so the ninjas break the glass, and then they're all like, holy shit, so now they're fighting. And then Snacks, who is not named Snacks, but he's that, you know who. He literally comes and everyone's like, whoa, and they freeze on him. And instead of going through the opening that is now the window, he immediately starts kicking the window pane. More property damage! And then he goes into the place to help. And I just felt like that set the tone. You know, it really set the tone for him and what's happening.
It did, and then Mac, the dad, was fighting them too, and one of the guys fighting him was like, you're getting old, Mac. And then he puts him on a grill.
But on the grill, could you imagine?
I was like, whoa. We went from silly to like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, give me a trigger warning.
Yeah.
And he screams to get the kids out of here. And I didn't get that the dad knew Eye Patch Man, but I was like, whatever. There's a lot happening. And they then jump like 30 feet onto the beach. And I was like, how are we not all dead? It's crazy. Oh,
and I love how from this point on, Iggy's just there.
Oh my God.
And like even even the snack guy is like, does he have to be here? And Johnny and Adam are like, yeah, he's with us now. And
well, they're like the ninjas saw him, so like they know he's with us, so like we gotta protect him.
They're like, we need the jokes, okay? Keep him here for the jokes.
Honestly, I thought he was brilliant. And now Eye Patch Man is saying, they have taken him, aka your dad. I will now tell you the long-winded story.
Oh, this was also me, wasn't it?
Patusan. And then I go, racist child. chimes play. It's like,
there were so many wind chimes. It was like Mr. Miyagi with the fucking flute sound. I was like, we get it!
I know that people are on the fence with Aziz Ansari and whatever, but he does an incredible bit where he says that, like, any movie with someone that is, like, Muslim, they always play the same, like,
oh God!
And it is so true that, like,
oh, no.
when you add these, like, little racist, like, music to the background, you're like, so now I have to think of karate for, like, every Asian music. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just felt so out of place in 2023. It doesn't land the same.
Yeah.
But both of the brothers are very funny because they're like, yeah, right, we're not princes, you're nuts, where's our dad? They had normal reactions to me.
And also, he tells them, like, this whole backstory where he's like, yeah, so anyway, your parents were viciously murdered. And this is, like, crazy guy. My eyeball got sliced in half. And then I gave you up for adoption to your dad. And then they literally are like, okay, cool, great story. And then he keeps talking, and they both go, ugh. And he tells them more shit about how they have a destiny.
Yes.
And they have to, and because he's turning 16, something. I don't know.
And this is how I knew I was old, because I was like, why aren't they listening? This is a fascinating story. And I was like, Mac was a servant? The dad was a servant? How did he get there? And I'm like, what a nice man that he, like, takes on these two sons and raises them.
Yeah, could you imagine if you're like, I'm just the boat driver, nothing to see here, and then they're like, here, now you're a dad. And you're like, oh shit, I didn't sign that.
Now you're a dad, and also, like, why couldn't you ever tell them?
Because destiny, Bridge. I don't know.
Here we are.
But Tone Loc.
Oh my God.
Thank fucking God. Tone Loc. We love to hear him.
Hey guys, what happened to this restaurant? I can't even do it. I can't even go as low as Tone Loc.
It hurts. Where's your dad?
And
whatever.
then frickin' Rob Lowe pretends like he's Mike Myers being
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider pretends he's like Mike, what's his name? Mike Myers.
Mike Myers?
Yeah, being like a Scottish. He's like, oh, no, I can't even do the accent, but he's like, I'm 35 and come on in and I'll take care of them. And Tone Loc is like, watch these two.
Tone Loc's like, I'm gonna go get a beer because I gotta forget what I just saw.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so they're back. Now they're back at their house. And again, Iggy is there. And I do want to mention this because I thought this was, like, really fucking funny, is Iggy, he, like, kind of, like, mentions weird things and then they end up happening and then he forms this conspiracy theory throughout the movie that he has, like, a magic power, and I thought that was so funny.
Honestly, it's giving Barbie, it's giving Buzz Lightyear, it's giving, like, I believe in the power I have. I loved it so much.
Because he was the one that was like, what if I'm adopted and my dad's a king? And they're like, that's random and crazy. And then that happens and he keeps thinking he's the real king. He's like, it's me and their decoy.
He keeps even when he gets to the island, he's like, listen, she's my princess. I'm running it. I'm just letting them do it for now.
Oh my God.
I loved the fact that this video game comes out of nowhere. There's no introduction.
Absolutely none.
He was not playing with it before.
He wasn't.
He pops it out and all of a sudden he's like, whoa, something's different about this game.
He goes, never played this level before. And I was like, the game literally just showed your face. Are you worried? Are you at all worried about anything? Okay.
Can you imagine if my face popped up on a video game, I'm chucking it across the room.
That's like a Black Mirror episode. That's so scary.
Horrifying. But he then realized he has magical powers.
Yeah.
This is his predictive powers or whatever.
He sees that the ninjas are coming, and then he also, so then Eye Patch comes back, and the Eye Patch guy.
So it's there. Where does he go?
This was so funny. He comes in out of the shadows, and Johnny's like, this guy's such a pain in my ass. And the guy goes, see how easily I could have killed you? And Adam, who is the 11, 12-year-old, goes, oh, that's a big challenge. I'm 11 years old. Why don't you just give yourself a pat on the back for killing me?
Damn,
sis queen. But also, he's right.
He's definitely right. And I just wrote, wow, they hate this dude who's saving their lives.
Well, I would hate him too after this scene because his solution to ninja swarming the house is, guys, I got it. Don't worry. I'm actually going to blow your house up. And he fucking does. The house blows up.
Okay, and honestly,
That was a big house.
When then the whole movie, you're like, okay, he blew up the house because he's like, I'm taking you back home. I am your secret uncle. You have an island. You're going to be kings of. Destiny. But at the end of the movie, they're like, yo, bro, I don't want to stay here.
Yeah, they're like...
Where do they go home, Kate?
I don't know. They just surfed around, I guess. I don't know. There's no home to go to. Is there FEMA? Does that work in that situation? What happens?
I would be so pissed. I'd be like, Eye Patch, build me another beachfront property in California. Are you nuts?
I'm telling you, that was a big house. Like,
appropriate reactions, because Johnny then loses it, tries to beat him up, and I was like, all this makes sense. I would lose my mind if someone blew up my house.
And this is where Rob Schneider is like, my power is when I say, what if I could make things happen, because I said, what if the house explodes, and then the house explodes. And I support everything he does. So I'm all for it.
I love him so much.
So then they go to, it's called Little Patusan, and it just is in LA, and no one knew it was there at all.
I cannot.
But it's there.
The Imperial Palace. He walks in.
The fuck?
And his future bride is in head-to-toe dress, ready to provide a performance.
She just wear that at all times? Like, I don't understand.
I wish we could have, like, cut this scene to Alana Glazer in Broad City talking about how she's a child bride at 25.
I'm 27. What am I, a child bride? Honest, that lives rent-free in my mind.
Oh, my God. It's hysterical. And he's like, what? I'm gonna get married? And like, whoa, she's hot. And like, what?
If I was
so
that girl
stupid.
And I removed my veil and I saw this fucking ding-dong in overalls and they're like, that's who you're gonna marry, I would be like, I object to the future wedding. Write it down and read it later. So we all object. I cannot. But then again, I guess they stay overnight now. It's the next day. More ninjas come. More fighting in restaurants. And something. Now we're gonna go save your dad.
Well,
I don't know why we didn't do it yesterday. We're gonna do it today.
We got these like side clips of Mac being stretched on a rope.
I hate
from
that.
Colonel Chi, and he almost falls in the water and gets mad because they had to show us that that's how he's gonna die later, I guess. But
I guess
that was like a 90s thing where people would get their hands tied by rope and their feet, and then they'd be stretched. Do you remember Casper?
No, Addams Family, Bridge.
Oh shoot, Addams Family. But didn't also Casper do this with the ghosts?
The ghosts were stretched out.
Okay. Maybe it's Addams Family.
I don't remember that in
but
Casper.
I feel like
it was definitely
was
an Addams Family.
I mean,
and Princess Bride, maybe?
There's definitely
was
stuff
that weird
there.
torture stuff. Yeah, weird torture things are happening.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
At all.
Well, here we are.
Well, okay, so now let's go through the crew, because we have more players on our team now. So now we have Eye Patch, we have Johnny, we have Adam. Oh, by the way, in this last fight, this was the fight where literally no training, nothing is different except maybe the hour of the day, and now Johnny is a master ninja.
They play awesome
church music, and if they didn't play church music, I'd be so mad, but they make it a point to be like, isn't this dumb? And we're all like, yeah! And then it just keeps happening. It's great.
I loved it though, because he's so talented. So I'm just distracted by the plot and just watching all the cool moves he does.
Yep. Okay, so now it's Johnny, Adam, Eye Patch, Iggy, and then the girl who, I don't know her name. Do they say it?
Let me see. I think
at one point he says, get your hands off.
Romay.
Oh, that's not Betty at all. Okay.
I mean, he calls her a Betty as lingo. Like you're a babe. You're a Betty.
Oh. I mean, she is like, I'm coming too. And they're all like, whatever. And then they go on a boat and Tone Loc sneaks on the fucking boat with them. And now Tone Loc's on the boat.
Well,
and I think he develops Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, Eye Patch does like a terrible chiropractic move on him and he falls asleep and they tie him up.
Looks unsafe. Oh my God. And then he gets out of the handcuffs and they go, how did you get out of the handcuffs? And he goes, I swallowed the key. And they go, when did you do that? And he goes, last Tuesday. And I was like, how long have we been on this fucking boat? Because I also don't know the geography. And I don't know how long we've been on here. And I feel like we've been on the ocean for days. And is anyone worried about food or rations or sunscreen at all? Hello?
The additional production budget we will get for our movie was a plastic battleship that they put They pushed it along a little map to show the boat. Okay, real talk. That boat they got on, that was the Three Ninjas boat, wasn't it?
It really looked like
Didn't it look exactly like
really
the Three Ninjas boat?
Just like a big industrial where you're like, this isn't a boat anyone's getting on.
I know.
Like, this is for cargo.
Why didn't they take a smaller boat? Why did they take a cruise ship?
I don't know. And then later, because he literally is the most destructive person I ever met, the eye patch man sinks a boat. He's like, oh, this is the boat we just came on the island. I actually popped it because I have issues.
And they literally go, everything's black and white with you, man, huh? Nothing in between.
I mean, they're not wrong.
He goes, we will be victorious or we will be dead.
We will die. Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh my god. Okay, but they're not on Patusan. They're on a different island now, right?
Yes.
Or am I lost?
No, I think so. And they're going through the jungle.
We're in a jungle.
And there's a bunch of old people left because they wanted the old people to share about the horrible genocide to other people. And I didn't understand it. But then the magical video game helps them find the cave with the swords.
Yes.
I mean, what's happening at this point?
There was a monkey as well.
Wow.
And I don't know, but Kwantsu dudes. And there was more wind chimes. I wrote church choir and wind chimes make a reappearance. And it was like more Destiny bullshit. But I was like, isn't he already a master ninja? Why does he have to be more of a ninja in this cave?
I don't know, but this was like their training. He was like, listen, when are we ever son and father gonna be in a movie again? Let's rip shit up. We are in the best shape of our lives.
That is kind of cute to think about in that
Isn't
way.
that
actually.
adorable?
Yeah, that is kind of cute.
And they fought each other and they have that forever.
In a cave. Wow.
Wow. Kate, maybe we should do that. Like, we should become like master karate people and bring it back.
Only if like I don't have to do any work and it's just Destiny, then I'm in.
It's like virtual. It's just us virtually
just
moving.
Photoshop that. Yep.
Wow.
So then they come across some of the army, the bad guys, whatever. There's this fucking part where Rob Schneider, they're walking on this ledge and they're like, all right, we gotta go around. Careful that no one falls. And Rob Schneider goes, man, what if somebody falls? And then literally Tone Loc and the young kid Adam fall. And then he was like, oh my god, my power. I died. It was so funny. And then also the little kid surfs on Tone Loc. And I was like, that's a lot. That's
okay,
too much.
Two truths and a lie is that kid saying, I surfed on Tone Loc once. And
I hope so.
And he's like,
that better be in his dating profile or else. Okay? Two truths and a lie. Put it on
my god. Honestly, for math-wise, he might be dateable. We could look him up. Nicholas Cowan? Anyways.
Okay.
But I also loved the fact, because we forgot about the romantic subplot, where Johnny goes to his future queen, as we Rome, and is like, hey, so what's up? She's like, I'm just here because I have to, and I don't know you, and it's just part of like my destiny too. And then later he's like, oh, so you just like don't even like me? And she then is like, and I wrote, how Ken of him. Wasn't he the most Ken of Kens?
He was very Ken.
I mean, he was 15, I'll give it to him, but it was so funny seeing the interaction. And then she liberates herself, and she's like, I don't want to get married to you.
Yeah, she literally was like, I don't want to get married. And I was like, go girl. And then she makes out with him and she's like, but we can still date. And I was like, do you really mean the other word?
Do you just want to have sex? Because that's cool.
And that's okay. Just be safe and make it consensual.
I wanted to make sure we gave them justice because it was small and hilarious and I loved it.
Yeah. So they beat up all these bad guys and there's a lot of hootenanny shenanigans. Adam, who is 12, 11, drives a car, commits lots of manslaughter.
Oh my god.
Just the most amount. They find dynamite. I don't fucking know.
Also, Rob Schneider, he's like, dynamite! And they're like, throw it!
Oh, he's throwing it. It's not lit.
Throws it, and it hits one of the drivers in the head. He's like, got him! And then they're like, light it, you dummy. And that's what made it so funny. It's like everything he did worked out, but he just did it in the dumbest ways. I loved it. And
this is when the eye patch guy whips out cigarettes, and they're all like, and he goes, I know I should quit. And I was like, what? Sega, was that you guys? What's happening?
It's just the most ridiculous movie ever.
So
I
random.
love it so much. But then they're like, okay, We gotta get to Patusan. But we can't let them know that we're here, even though we rolled up in a big cruise ship not too far away. But now that the cruise ship is sunk and it's just us, what do? And then he's like, my video game's not showing me what to do. What do? He's like, it's all in your mind. And then he just thinks, and a bunch of surfboards magically pop up from the jungle. It's so stupid. I love it so much.
Literally, he's like, I have the best idea. We're actually going to fuck up this ecosystem. Like, horribly. Because we have to make 1,000 surfboards. And somehow we have to make before our dad is dead. And I don't know how quickly that's going to be. But figure it out, guys.
So much work. They're chopping down trees, creating surfboards. And then, when you're done with all
sanding.
Then when you're done with all that, he's like, now we're going to use the surfboards and paddle 100 miles. I'd be like, I'm not fighting in this war. I'm done. I will stay on land and support you.
Yeah, I would have been someone that's like, I'll catch up with you guys. We can go to the bathroom. And then I would have been like, I'm not fucking going. I'm going to stay here.
You go hang out with the monkey and go in the cave.
I'd be like, I'm just going to be in this cave with the wind chimes.
But then Rob Schneider's like, guys, no, you never knew this. I've never surfed before. It's just perfect. Like, he was so good.
Oh my god, I love it so much.
It was so, and I also thought, what if your magical Game Boy gets wet? Like, a lot of, like, wet electronics, Sony, but okay.
I was worried about the Game Gear, and then I was worried about then we find out they have dynamite. I was like, y'all fucking surfed with dynamite? Like, ugh.
I don't know, but listen, every one of those people on the island, they knew how to surf. Kate, have you ever surfed?
No, I would like to learn. Because I don't think I could just do it. I think I would die.
I feel like you could, but I just feel like it takes a little bit to learn. And they're all like professional surfers as they like fly into the
Bend your
sand.
knees, move your arms. That's all you need, Bridget. You didn't know? That's what you do. Kwantsu dudes?
Kwantsu dudes! At this point in the movie, if you played a drinking game and drank every time they said Kwantsu dudes, you'd be blackout in 10 minutes.
Kwantsu dudes, every time you hear wind chimes, every time there's a ninja, like, wow.
Oh my god, actually that'd be such a fun
You're not
game.
surviving. Oh my god.
But they then use a Batman grappling hook and they get...
They really did! Oh my god!
They get onto the castle. I'm like, how? What? Where? What's happening?
Really easy to break into this fortress. And I just want to point out as well, at this point in the movie, Tone Loc, like, kind of disappears. And we never see him again.
He makes...
I don't know if he gave up.
No. So he does surf because he's like, he basically was like, black people don't surf. If the brothers from my hood hear about this, I'm gonna be embarrassed.
Oh dear.
I was
was written by a white person.
I was like, okay. And you're right. Then we get onto the island. I assume he got there. Maybe he was like us. Maybe he's just chilling with the monkey in the cave. He's like, fuck that.
He's like, I'm gonna hang on the beach.
He's like, forget that. It's a long ass way. I'm gonna hang with Katie and Bridget.
My god.
But then we don't see him again. You're right. And when they attack this super army that has taken over their country, they just chuck like 3 dynamites, and I think they won.
I think they won, and there's some like fighting. One guy gets pushed down like 1 billion flights of stairs, and then he climbs up, and then they just keep pushing him down, which I thought I wouldn't laugh at, but I'll be honest, I laughed.
I laughed
like,
so
a hard at it.
I miss physical comedy. It's not as, I don't know, it's not as prominent in movies now, and I loved it so hard.
And this is where now Johnny finally goes against Colonel Chi,
oh my God.
And their dad gets saved via boomerang Game Gear. This is the only fighting, I would argue, that Adam does, is he throws his Game Gear, his coveted Game Gear, it pops a gun out of his hand, and then they start fighting, and oh my god. Oh, also Zatch gets shot. He gets shot!
And then he goes, I will try to do it. What if I don't die? And then Rob Schneider's like, yeah, man,
Rob Schneider's like, power. Yeah. And then he's like, hey, it worked. And I was like, what?
Do you think this is like our mom that always tells us we have the power with like our weird fortune teller dreams?
We do have the power.
I mean, but it's in like a Rob Schneider way. You know what I mean?
A little bit.
Like, what do we do with it? You know, nothing.
It's an uncontrollable power, which is frustrating. It's uncontrollable and unpredictable. So what good is it?
What if it wasn't? Anyways,
what if?
But I love this part when Johnny is like, "All right, I'm taking you on," and then something gets when in Leslie Nielsen's like arm
Yes.
or the Game Boy, that's what it is. The Game Boy is
Game
like
Boy
magically
controls him.
controlling it. That like 3 minutes of acting, I was cackling because first his arm, he can't control it. Then his arm is choking him. Then he can't get his arm to do what he wants. He's waving the gun everywhere. It was so funny. I was obsessed with it.
I really wish his like mechanical features had like a really tiny little Sega logo on them, because I just feel like that's kind of what they were going for. But you know, we never got there.
It was so good.
So he inevitably dies because Johnny very casually goes boop and pushes him into a little fountain, and then he gets electrocuted and
he blows up.
Just a lot of
Here's
deaths.
what was, you know what's so interesting with these 90s ninja movies? Anytime anyone gets hurt or dies, I have no feeling attached to it.
Yes.
Why?
There's
like
no
nothing.
emotion.
No, nothing.
The music takes a nap.
I don't
Nothing
know.
at all is going on.
It's yeah.
Yeah, and
But
then
it's crazy.
then they have a big fucking party, and they have cool outfits, and even Rob Schneider gets an outfit. I was like, I don't know if he
Oh my
needed
god!
one,
And
but-
Patch was so mad about that because he was like, "Fine, you get like a headdress or something." He was so mad at him. Oh my god!
And Bridge, who do we see again? Who makes a reappearance?
Baba Rum.
Ba, 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 ra. And he goes, "Hey, I know you. I know you." Which that I remembered. Like, I didn't remember it before it happened, but right when he started speaking, I was like, oh my god, that's been in me. That's been
And then
in
he
my mind
gives
for a while.
the whole, like, what's left of the country shows up to their fancy, you know, goodbye ceremony. And he's like, listen, bro, you're meant to be free. I'm like, wow. I just, again, I like earlier, I just, you know, didn't realize that it could be that simple. You know, you could just show up and be like, you don't need a monarchy. You guys know what you're doing. Just be free, be nice to each other. Bye.
Deuces.
You don't owe me shit. Bye. I'm like, what? Oh my god. And then you just, do you remember in the car as kids when Baba Baran came on and we would dance in the car?
I do.
mean, what a time to be alive.
You know, I don't remember wondering how this quaint, you know, isolated island had electric guitar and drum set, but I didn't care also.
You didn't care. Who cared? Nobody cared.
It was
so
so wonderful.
Good. God, I love you, surf ninjas.
Wow. Yeah, this was good. I was worried I wouldn't like it, but nah, it was fun.
I mean, it's just like, it was silly. It was nostalgic. I mean, it's true nostalgia. Easy plot. Awesome ninja moves. What else? What is there not to love?
And listeners, you can watch it right now. It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. It's free. It was a little blurry, right?
Mine was a little blurry, and the sound, I had to like turn it up a lot.
I don't know if we're selling this to them, but you know,
it's free.
Okay,
free things. Just do it. Yes. Well, Bridge, it's my turn for the next movie.
Let's do it.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you a choice. I like choices.
Ooh.
Would you? I'm gonna tell you genre, and I want you to pick the genre.
Let's freaking
Would
do
you
it.
like either horror, mystery, sci-fi?
Ooh.
The
wow,
other,
that's a lot. That's a lot packed in.
That's a
Mystery,
lot.
sci-fi.
The other is action adventure sci-fi.
You know, I think I want horror.
Yes. Okay. I'm really glad about that.
You really listen. By the way, this podcast is 3 years old. Can you believe that? In 3 years, you have made me truly enjoy more horror. So I'm ready for it. And I think I'm so behind. So I feel like I need to catch up on the horror.
Okay, so I thought of this movie. First of all, this movie is from 1998. I actually thought it might have been 2000s, but I guess we're late 90s. I thought of this movie because this is primarily based in a high school. And I think this is a fun movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I actually didn't see it until I was like...
I'm having like the power with you.
Okay.
Is Josh Hartnett in it?
Yes!
Oh my god, I'm right there. Wait,
Do you know
remember
it?
the name. Let me remember the name. Is
you remember
it
what it's about?
Is it The Faculty?
Yeah! Yes! We're doing The Faculty!
I love love it.
Teachers killing children. But, like,
my
is it really
God.
them teachers or is it something else? We'll have to find out.
I don't know. And Josh Hartnett, I just watched a recent Black Mirror with him.
Oh.
That was random. And I was like, where the heck has this guy been? And you just blew my little nostalgic mind open because we're going to watch him again.
Wait, that is the power. Okay, so this is described as when Casey Connor, who was that character? Harrington High School's newspaper photographer, witnesses the murder of a nurse and sees her alive again. He decides to investigate the bizarre happenings. I don't think that describes the movie at all. My description would be a bunch of high schoolers getting terrorized by the scary adults, and we don't know what's going on. And is it conspiracy or is it aliens?
It's like Breakfast Club with aliens, and you're not in detention.
You're not in detention at all, but yes.
Wow.
I'm so glad you've seen this. I wasn't sure if you would have seen this before.
I've seen it, but I definitely watched it because I was like, Josh Hartnett's hot, and let's just watch it. I didn't...
Oh my God, Usher's in this movie too. He's a small role.
Usher! Oh
Wait,
my God.
So there are a lot of people in this. Clea Duvall, who we had in Girl Interrupted. She was in this. Josh Hartnett. Salma Hayek. Famke Janssen. She was in X-Men. Christopher McDonald. Oh my God. From Happy Gilmore. Baby Newirth from Jumanji. Robert Patrick, Terminator 2. Usher from... Usher and Jon Stewart's in this. Elijah Wood is in this.
Oh my God, Elijah Wood! This is
like
insane.
pre-Lord of the Rings Elijah Wood. Yeah,
this is jam-packed.
Oh my God, this is Robert Rodriguez. I didn't know that he was the director of this.
Holy
awesome.
cannoli!
He did Spy Kids. Yep. So that's what we are doing, and I'm excited. I haven't seen this in a while.
I'm thrilled,
and I'm back at school, so I love it. Let's bring on the conspiracies.
Sounds terrifying. But it's nostalgia, and I can't wait. And it's not too bad with the horror, but I guess I'll find out.
I don't think it's too bad.
I love it, Kate.
It's
I love it.
kind of like
you.
funny. I love you. Well, Bridge.
Yeah.
I just want to say, if, we were accosted by billions of ninjas and some fucking guy, I patch or not, breaks down our wall, causes property damage, tries to kidnap us and say we're royalty, and then he's like, now I'm gonna blow up your house, I would ask more questions, keep him away from open flames, and definitely let the police know.
Oh my God.
I need some help with this man. I'm scared.
I have only one contribution to that incredible setup, which is when we meet him, I'm going to stick on a name tag for him and make him write his name in a Sharpie and wear it at all times.
Spell it and then write it phonetically.
Phonetically, thank you so much.
We know
we
what
have
it is.
Hearing issues. We love you.
Who are you?
Oh my God.
Wow. And listeners, if you also, like to know who people are and question their identity and, I don't know, that's kind of connected, right?
Sure.
And if you think that ninja movies are fun when they are actually doing the ninja stuff, which they were, so that was great. And if you think that Rob Schneider was a little golden gem and, like, just what if?
What if?
I know. You should write a review if you think that. We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts, along with some other podcasting apps. We also have a website, sisterswhoseenit.com. On our website, you can request a movie. So we are getting into, now it's already September. We're getting into fall. Guys, October spoopy season's coming up. Give us the spoops. I know spoops. Yeah. Bridget knows spoops, but we want your
spoop it.
Give me the spoops.
I'm ready for it. 3 years later.
Woo!
Wow.
And Bridge, what else can they do on our website?
They can buy us coffee, which is money.
Woo!
And we will take that money and help Katie find Spain. And also, if you want to wear our cool stuff, which is not overalls, unfortunately, in 90s fashion, you can check out our merchandise. That's funny and incredible. And I have so many that I need to add because you've said them and I just haven't done it. So I'll also, you know what? When you give a listener pick, if you also want a merchandise, just put it in the same thing. That would be helpful.
Yeah, just write whatever you want on that form.
Yeah, we don't
I
care.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so check all that out, listeners, and we hope to hear from you. All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week for The Faculty.
Usher, usher, usher.
I just remember being really scared of Robert Patrick also in this movie. And I was like, you're not the T-1000, but I'm scared. You're still scary.
Hate it. I can't wait.
Yay!
See you then. Bye-bye.
See you then. Bye-bye. Love you.
Kwantsu, dude.
Kwantsu dudes.
Kwantsu, dudes. Bye-bye. Love you. Bye-bye. Go surfing, ninjas.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswho'veseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.